Hello, we're Global Business iCore Project Team 19. I'm first speaker Hong Yang-min, and we're going to present about SSG.com business analysis. Our contents will be like this. Starting with external analysis, Korea e-commerce industry has been showing high growth rates. That's been over 20% for recent 5 years. Also, Korea has high internet penetration rate, which directly related to consumer accessibility to market. However, there are some threats. Market has low entry barriers and low switching costs for customers. Most of all, market has high intensity of rivalry. eBay Korea is a market leader, but only takes 11% of total market share. To find out competitive advantage of SSG, we use the analyze method combining value chain analysis and BRIM model. For competitive analysis, we have set up 5 major competitors within the domestic market, which are as follows. In addition, Amazon was added to the analysis to evaluate SSG's ability to enter overseas markets. SSG get competitive advantage in two areas. First, SSG shows CA in efficiency in managing inventory. Speed of inventory turnover is competitive edge in the e-commerce industry. Rapid delivery of goods and reduced logistics storage costs are critical. SSG was able to obtain DCA through advanced logistics center named NEO, an efficient distribute system based on linking between online and offline. Second, SSG shows CA in financial stability. This is very meaningful to SSG because in the e-commerce industry, which required large-scale investment to operate, and is recording the deficit as a whole as the size of its operating growth, financial stability to win investor confidence and sustain long-term deficits is essential factor. What SSG needs most to enter overseas market is to attract capital investment to increase the size of its capital. In 2019, Amazon has capital 37 times larger than SSG. This does not mean that SSG needs to have a similar level of capital immediately, but this suggests that SSG needs to have a much higher level of capital than current level. In order to attract large capital from outside investors, SSG must prove itself to be an enterprise worth investing by improving its current negative business performance and improving its brand value. SSG is using cost leadership strategies, high inventory turnover rate, and an efficient logistic network enables it. This made SSG to effectively reduce distribution cost. In addition, like any other e-commerce company, they use the low-cost strategy to attract customers and increase market share. SSG's high financial stability supports this continuous low-cost strategy.
Marketing analysis consists of AER strategy, positioning statement, and sustainable competitive advantage. There are five target groups. The first target is women in their 20s to 30s who live with a cat. In other words, servants. For acquisition and expansion, the company should consider price discounts for pet products and the products that the customers would buy because of COVID 19, like basic cosmetics. To retain Target 1, increasing loyalty through offering customized membership benefits is recommended. Second target is men in his 30s to 40s who live alone and declared non-marriage. Similar to Target 1, acquisition and expansion strategy could be price discounts for games, which they usually like, and health products because COVID 19 has reduced outdoor activities. To retain them, constantly recommending convenient products like all in one products would work. Third target is the working moms in her 30s to 40s with a young child. To acquire this target, recommending child related products based on other customers' history or even price discounts would work well. Launching a second hand market service specialized for the Shinsegae group would attract more working moms. Retaining this target would require continuous monitoring on online mom cafes. Fourth target is women in their 50s living with their husband, two children in their 20s, and parents in law. They are relatively new to the e commerce market due to COVID 19 and they care about health. So, providing organic, healthy food would help acquire and expand. However, they are suffering from decreasing eyesight, so to retain them, it is necessary to improve user interface. The last target is teenagers. They care about fashion, but they are lack of money. To acquire and expand, price discounts for fashion brands would work very well. Then, to retain them, it is recommended to customize those discounts based on search or purchase history. The new positioning statement is for everyone who can access internet, SSG.com is the integrated online shopping platform that offers differentiated products of all brands in the Shinsegae group, easy payment, various services, and convenient benefits so that the value of the customers' lives could be increased. Then, how can the company get sustainable competitive advantage? First, in terms of brand, follow the trend of sustainable development. SSG.com is already doing well on the goal 12 of Sustainable Development Goals by developing I'll Be Back. In order to further improve the brand image and acquire new targets, the company should aim for goal 3 and concentrate on age tech. In terms of offering, radical innovation through drone technology would lead the company to increase its market share. Customers can get their products anytime, anywhere, and the company can reduce costs by using drone technology. As the company is tied with the group, it is vital not to deceive customer nor reduce membership benefits to obtain relationship-based SCA.
And this is operation management presentation. As mentioned earlier, SIG is a company dedicated to online stores that merged Emart and Shinsegae's online division. In addition to Shinsegae Mall, Shinsegae Department Store, and Emart Mall, people can see all of the Shinsegae's products in 9 categories on SIG apps and websites. Most of the sales come from Emart Mall, which comes from SIG Delivery. It is a delivery of fresh food and daily necessaries. SIG delivery is being carried out at Neo, an automated distribution center. It is a system that can handle about 8,000 orders a day with around 80% automation. There are 322 conveyor belts, and they are made of 4-story buildings using a vertical grid method to utilize the space. Neo was made by benchmarking Ocado in the UK, and it is loaded by a random store method using data, and it uses digital picking system which is divided separately according to the frequency of purchase, and it uses a cold chain system that is maintained at 8 degrees. In comparison, Coupang still mostly delivers manufactured goods, and Coupang Fresh, which sells fresh food, has a very small proportion and the degree of automation is also low. On the other hand, Market Collie, which accounts for more than 40% of fresh food markets, uses cold chains like SIX and manages supply through the demand forecasting based on data. However, the degree of automation has fallen and more people are needed than SIX. SIX using Neo are aligned in Emart alone. However, considering the entire SIG, Shinsegae's online mall is not already aligned. They needed to think about the way about Shinsegae's online mall to sell their products, not for only fresh food. Meanwhile, SIG wants to expand its logistics centers across the country, and not long ago, there was opposition from residents of Guri and Hanam. However, considering labor costs and quality of fresh food, one should be built in the eastern part of the metropolitan. Under these circumstances, the announcement of the 3 major policy directions for non-face-to-face distribution on June 10 is expected to lead to a new construction in Hanam Industrial Complex. Also, with the COVID-19 confirmed cases at the competitors Marketly and Coupang distribution center, SIG got a chance to leap forward.
Jill and I am going to briefly explain about finance questions. To concentrate on the online divisions and enjoy synergy, Shinsegae and Emart did spin off their online mall divisions and merged them. However, Emart and Shinsegae had not been doing well and suffered from deficit. Also, Shinsegae and Emart consist of affiliates and subsidiaries, so getting capital from external was needed to those two firms. Using private equity funds requires much less time and budget than merging totally different companies. As e-commerce market is getting more competitive, it is important for retail industries to quickly focus on online business, and the firm can give a positive signal to potential investors. Getting invested by a third party means the future of Sig.com is promising. Sig.com can attract investors more easily when it needs more investment in the future. The potential cost of having private equity funds as the shareholders would be Sig.com has to divide its earnings with them. Sig.com cannot get its whole earnings and it can lose its some portion of control power. Having shareholders not from affiliates but from outside always involves riskiness of information leakage and conflicts of interest. The cost of capital, FCFF, and growth rate are needed for DCF valuation. Our team gets unlevered data from Lotte Shopping, Emart, Amazon, and Alibaba, considering their own capital structures and tax rates. For risk-free rate, we use 10-year Korean Treasury rate on March 2020, which is 1.39%, and credit default spread 67.8 basis point on June 12. For market risk premium, we calculated implied one from Kospi Market. Under four situations A, B, C, D, possible FCFFs and growth rates were estimated for 10 years. The fair values per share of Zectacom today are like this. Under another valuation method, PSR, the fair value per share of Zectacom is calculated like this. This big range is due to the prospect difference toward retail industries among countries. Most of domestic competitors have PSR below 1, which means they are not promising companies having few opportunities to grow, while the firms in abroad have high PSR. This is the end of Team 19 presentation. Thank you for listening.